Hey everybody, it's me, Mr. Drysdale again, and today we're going to do another homebrew gadget. One of the problems we have down here in southeast Texas in the summertime is it's very difficult to get our tap water down to a low enough temperature to run through our chilling coil to get the wort down low enough. So what we're going to do is basically make a pre-chiller out of a 5-gallon Corney keg. We're going to run our tap water through the keg and then through the coils, and hopefully that'll help us bring that temperature down of the wort. Oh, by the way, it's late August here in southeast Texas, and it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I checked the temperature of the tap water and it's 90 degrees. Here are some of the parts we're going to need to connect the water hose to the keg. You can see we've got several different types of quick disconnects. We also have fittings for the water hose and some clamps, and I'm using 3/8 inch braided tubing. I cut into 4-foot lengths, and we're going to connect all that together. One of the problems we have is connecting the 3/8 inch tubing to a barb fitting on the quick disconnect. It's a little large for the barb disconnect. This is, I think, a 1/4 inch, and obviously this is 3/8, so it's very difficult to use. So what I've done is I've taken some 1/8 inch tubing, cut it, and put it on the barb fittings to give me a little bit more, I guess, meat to this barb so I can connect them together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hose clamp on there. And that should connect rather easily to that end. We'll see. And you can see that's connected on there. Now that I've got it connected all together, I'm going to tighten it down. And it's tightened down. So that's the liquid out quick disconnect. On the other end of the hose, I'm going to use a garden fitting. This was a Watts brass fitting I bought in the brass section at a Lowe's hardware store, and I'm going to connect them together like this. Now I've got the water hose fitting on the other end of it. I'm going to tighten up the screw clamp. I'm also going to put a quick disconnect for the garden hose on the end of it also. So as you can see, I've got it all lined up. This is going to attach to the 5-gallon Corney keg. This end's going to attach to the water hose. It's going to flow through the hose, through the keg, through the bottom of the keg, through the ice, and they're going to push the water up the other side of the keg, basically through the gas in port. I've completed the other hose. Basically the same thing. It's got a gas in quick disconnect instead of the black liquid out that's going to be on the other side. As you can see, I've got it hooked up to the hose. I've got ice inside the Corney keg, and it looks like it's working just fine. As you can see, the water is trickling out at the other side, and all I have to do is hook up that into a water hose, or a sprinkler, I'm sorry, and that'll be just fine. We can water the grass. Here's a look from the hose on up to the keg. The water is traveling down through the dip tube from the bottom, where obviously it's going to be the coldest down at the bottom, and pushing the water back up through the gas port and through the hose, through the chiller, and exiting out. If you don't want to use the barb type quick disconnect fittings, you can always use the standard threaded ones. And instead of using the barb fittings there, you have to use the barb fittings on the little ferrules and connectors. They just go on basically the same way. You'll still have to use some 1/8 inch or 1/16 inch hose as a little shim between the two larger hoses. I hope you found this little gadget video helpful, and please check out our club website, which is the Bay Area Mastronauts at www.mastronauts.com. And also, I didn't come up with this idea. John the Mad Baker Jurgensen is the guy that showed me how to do this, and we appreciate what he's done for the club and for home brewing.